Welcome back to Social Club. This weekend, Arsenal taking on Chelsea. We've got Robbie from Arsenal Fan TV here, of course. We've done a lot of Chelsea chat, but we'll focus a little bit on Arsenal for a minute. What are you thinking? Normally one of the you know, the biggest clashes in the Premier League. I think we've said that a lot about Chelsea games this season. By all accounts, it's a game that Arsenal should be able to turn up, take the points and carry on striding towards the title. But your laugh says it all. Still fearful of a Chelsea backline?
No, you've got to be. They've still got quality players. They've still got the same players that beat us earlier on in the season, that beat us last year, and they've got a decent record at the Emirates. I mean, to be fair, every time they've come to the Emirates in recent years with Mourinho, the tactic has been just park the bus.
Yeah.
You know, they did it last year, they did it the year before. They actually made no real attempt to win the game. They just came and they were like, we're happy with a point. So it's going to be really interesting to see what is their mindset when they come. I mean, can they afford to just only get a point? They probably need to really try and go for a win. And we, you know, coming off the back of 2 draws, we need a win as well. So it could be a very open game, I think, which would be.
It does. It's got me all right all over it.
You know, but I'm feeling confident ahead of the game. I felt that when we played them earlier on in the season, and we got beaten by them, it's very controversial. We had a man sent off who shouldn't have been sent off. They rescinded it afterwards with the whole thing with Gabriel. Costa should have been the one that was sent off, and they were very fortunate there really to get that result. And I feel that now the team's in quite a good place. Even though those last 2 games they were draws, we've been really up against it. Going to your place, going to Stoke was a place where over the past 3-4 seasons we've got hammered.
Yeah.
One of our bogey teams. I thought we did pretty well there yesterday, considering the players that were missing. And the good thing at the moment now with Arsenal is that we've got players coming back.
Yeah.
So for that game, Ozil was rested yesterday. He'll be back for that game. And I think Alexis will definitely be back, firing all on. Yeah, he. From what I understand, he could have played yesterday, but he was held back for that game. So, and then there's guys like Joel Campbell and that are playing really well. So I'm feeling good ahead of that game. You know,
who's that? Joel Campbell.
You know, and plus the fact that you know, with Chelsea they could be missing Costa.
Yeah.
Which I think
if
they miss,
big one for them.
I think Costa, if he is playing, he'll thrive on the fact that everyone's going to be hating on him down there at the Emirates.
Yeah.
Remembering what happened earlier on in the season, and he's the sort of guy. Well, actually, he'll either get sent off or thrive on it.
Yeah.
But he has been on good form recently, so if they're missing him, that would be good for us.
It's just one of those games, Ped, where if Arsenal had won the last 2 games, I'd expect them to lose this one. But I actually don't know because it's so Arsenal. We've had this conversation before, whereas when you're expected to go and win something,
but we ain't really been doing that this season, apart from the Southampton game where we were horrific in that game, right? But I don't think
which centre forward scored 2 goals?
Shane Long, so you got to go and snap him up. Just go and check your feeder club. You know, snap him up. But you know what? We haven't really been doing that this season. We haven't really been doing that Arsenal thing where, you know, we'll smash a team and go and. We've been pretty consistent this year. So I don't know. I've got a decent feeling about that Chelsea game.
For me, Sanchez to be the difference. Definitely, I think having him back in the squad, I think it's more psychological than anything else, really, to have a player like that. Because, you know, with Terry and Cahill, especially for past weeks, conceding so many goals, and to have someone with that energy, the running behind him, I think that'll be the big difference. It's an Arsenal win for me.
I don't think Chelsea have got a sense of midfield, to be fair, this season. Everyone looks knackered at Chelsea.
Weird, isn't it? Because
they all just look knackered. I don't know whether
they look psychologically tired as well.
Yeah, and I don't know whether it goes back to last season or goes back to the tours in the summer. They just look so tired, and I expect Arsenal just pass them to death. I think it'll be 3-0.
You really think it's going to be that?
Yeah,
wow, but I'd love it to be that.
I don't know.
I think it'd be close.
We're linking up with 100% Chelsea lads after that.
Please do.
Hey, lads.
Make those cheeks even rosier. I fancy Arsenal to you know, they can get that 1-goal lead and just knock it about.
At the risk of basically setting off the wrath of Arsenal fans on social media, and it's easily done. Let's be fair.
Very easily done.
I think the odds are all stacked against Chelsea so much that I actually kind of fancy them to get a dirty little Chelsea
I don't
win.
think they've got that in them anymore. I just don't think they've got that. I think that's something that was part of Mourinho's aura. They just don't have that in them. They've got one snide in Costa, and I just don't think his heart's in it.
Yeah. The thing is about it, Mourinho, much as I don't like the guy, but you know, if he was still managing, I would be more fearful. Even if they were near the bottom, because he's got number one, he's got one over Wenger.
He could engineer.
He just always seems to beat Wenger. That's number one.
But it's not a case of pick your battles, though.
Yeah, and number two, I don't know, he just knows how to play Arsenal. He always he's just always able to get over the line against us. So I would have been more fearful if he was still in charge.
Yeah.
But I think, I don't know, I'm still not convinced with how Chelsea have been playing. You know, yes, they've improved a little bit. Yes, they've got. You look at the team; they've got quality all round. But
they've got team spirit.
If they're lacking, but if they're without Costa and without Hazard,
no thanks to you, you fuck. Yeah, if there is team spirit, John Terry is often the antidote to it, really, isn't he?
Oh, you know, he'll get a nice welcome.
Spreading his seeds and parking his car. And
I'm sure he'll get a nice welcome at the Emirates of John Terry. You know, so I'm looking forward to the game, but we need to win the game. But I fancy it. Kind of reminds me of like when we played Man United, and I think when we played Man United earlier on in the season, they were a much better team than what Chelsea are. So.
I think the first 20 minutes for Arsenal will be crucial. Like,
yeah, we've got to get off to a flyer.
Don't let yourselves get wound up by Costa. But I'm sure Wenger will say that to him in the changing room beforehand. Don't make it a repeat of what happened previously.
Just let him knock someone out and
he's an idiot.
Let him wind himself up.
Yeah.
He's an idiot. He's such a great player, but I hate him at the same time.
It's one of those things. Is like if you had him, you'd love him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
you'd love a bit.
I don't know.
Shut up.
No. This is a myth. This is a myth about because there's loads of Chelsea fans. If you watch 100% Chelsea, listen to a lot of the interviews with the fans on that channel. They're all fed up with Costa. They're like, you know what, just get rid of this guy. He lets the team down week after week with his antics.
Let's be honest,
it's a myth.
He wouldn't have scored.
You'd love him sometimes, and then other times
he wouldn't have scored on Saturday if it wasn't for our starfish in goal, would he? So let's start. He didn't do anything on Saturday against us. He was. Yeah,
but he's back scoring goals. You can forgive. It's one of those players that when you're scoring goals, whatever, man, and everyone, you love a player like that who's scoring goals and is fighting the battles. And
but I don't think he's got the right balance of it, though. I think he's got that. You know, the biggest snide of all was Suarez, and
he's not in the same grade.
You loved him so much because he scored all those goals and he was equally snide. Whereas this season, Costa's just gone full snide, and you never go full snide. You never go full snide, and he's lost the focus.
And he does it.
Is he a different player under Henning? I don't think he's a different player under Henning.
He's scoring goals. He's got 4 and 4.
I think he's a different player under Henning. I think he had a falling out Mourinho because Mourinho basically slapped his wrist and said, "Stop acting the dickhead. Play as you're supposed to be playing. Play I'm telling you to play." And Henning's come in and went, "Well, actually, you're a good player. Just go out and play. Just don't get sent off." And he's taken that better than he's taken the Mourinho.
Yeah. But he won't even play now, so this will all be for not.
Well, he did come off with quite a bad injury. But the looks of it.
But I just want to use. Especially,
yeah, but we like a proper snide, not like a part-time snide. You're gonna do it, you know.
Punch people and strangle them and all that.
Well, of course, club legends are club legends. Have a bit of I'd be switched on about what you're doing. You know, we've got one at the moment, Mo Bessage. We all love him to bits because he's throwing everything at our opposition teams. But he's doing it in the right way. Whereas I just watch Costa and I just think, you are just a tit.
Yeah.
You know, you're just doing it for no reason. Yeah. He did against us here in the season. He was going around being, trying to be all day clever. He didn't have one sniff of the goal all day. It suited us down to the ground. Yeah. And you've got to get that right balance of putting players off. That means that you're going to end up scoring. What he's just doing is just farcical, I think.
Let's have some score predictions.
2-0 Arsenal.
Okay.
3-0 Arsenal.
Wow, Robbie.
3-1 Arsenal.
2-1 to Chelsea. Sorry,
just to be controversial.
Just to be controversial. No,
just because he wants a punch, you know.
Probably not. I totally called it a high-scoring draw between you and them because I think it's got that all over it. I wouldn't be surprised to see another,
we're
another 2
If they
all or
defend
whatever. But
like they did against Everton,
They've been defending like that every week. They defended
They
against
get
West
smashed.
Brom,
Yep.
2-2. They've had high-scoring draws. I expect you to just put the sword to them.
if they defend like that, because I know one thing, I think the team are really going to be up for that game. We haven't been playing at home for a few weeks. It's a massive game.
Yeah.
I think
for us,
Arsenal's
massive.
weakness is they're slow at centre back. I think that's their big weakness, and I don't think Chelsea have the pace to get in behind them.
yeah.
So for me, it's an Arsenal win all day.
Okay, great. Well, there you go. Let us know your thoughts on the game in the comments below. Score predictions, go for it. What are your thoughts on Diego Costa? Should he continue to go full snide?
You never go full stride.
Never. Give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the Ball Street YouTube channel. Do it now. It'll make your life better. I promise. It's not really a promise. And we'll be back here next week for more Social Club.